Radio Rahim with Shawn Porter wearing Gleason's in Brooklyn, man, and you're rocking the wild card cap, which just reminds me of how long you've been in this game.
Look how old it looks,
I know, that's what I'm saying. It reminds me how this is not one of these hats you just buy already worn. You got to earn those kind of that kind of fray. I want to talk now just about kind of the beginnings of your career, man, and places like Wild Card, like Gleason's, how that figures into your story. Talk to me about kind of like your journey in boxing that brought you all the way to this moment at Barclays on Saturday night.
I tell you what, man, I was having a private, intimate conversation with someone just the other day, and I was talking to them about my experiences along the way. And every fighter talks about taking steps up and growing as a professional boxer, and that's exactly what my career has been. So there's moments in different fights, training camps, so on and so forth, that has helped me bring me through my fights in the past, this training camp, and ultimately this fight as well. I know that something's gonna come into effect that I've dealt with before in the previous match that I'll have to deal with on Saturday night.
You know, we talked many times about what it is in a fighter's mind in this moment. We talked about when your hands are wrapped. Your hands are already wrapped. I mean, you're ready. When you're preparing so close to a fight, what do you feel like is most important? Is it how you physically feel? Like, are you feeling loose? Are you feeling tired? Are you on weight? Or is it really the mental aspect of being prepared to step through those ropes and accomplish the task at hand?
It's definitely the mental aspect, because I know the physical is being taken care of for now 6 weeks plus. So, you know, the swim workouts and, you know, the running on the mountain and the sparring and, you know, the headaches and the blood, the sweat, the tears, the whole nine, all that's done. So now the only part for me to focus on is the mental aspect. Make sure that I'm still watching the video, make sure that I'm still playing the fight in my head, and, you know, make sure that I'm keeping up on the little notes that I have, you know, on him, and on Danny, and the things I need to do in the fight.
You know, Danny's made quite a bit of noise about you being a one-dimensional fighter and his perspective. Him feeling like you're going to do exactly the same thing no matter what, so he can game plan for you. Sometimes fighters will tell me, you know, I just do what I do and that's good enough, and then other guys are really about the adjustment. You talk about watching tape and whatnot. How do you feel your approach to a fight like this, or any fight really? Is it about adjusting for the opponent, or is it do you do the same thing every time and it works for you?
No, and that's exactly why I watch film on Danny and watch him very, very closely. I watched several of his matches, and I watched them several times, and it's just so that I can make the adjustment. What does he do after I do what I do, you know? So obviously you can't really predict, but you know, you see what a guy's tendencies are, what they like to do, and what they can do well. And the best thing for me is that for me to do is try to take that away from him, you know? So things like, you know, not getting caught with his they call it the look away hook, you know? That's just a matter of being mindful of defense, a matter of not hitting him and not staying there, you know? So that's a small adjustment that you'll see in this fight.
We saw one of the great, Shane Mosley, at your media day workout. Some people found that funny, but I've thought about how many legends really come into a gym and see a guy that's on his way or a champion and wants to support him. So first, before we get into the humor of the thing, let's talk about what it's like in the boxing community for you. Do you feel supported? Do you feel like the legends are coming around now and seeing you as possibly one of the fighters in their league?
It's been like that for a little while now, which is very, very humbling to feel and see. Shane is a guy who I think, you know, when you saw me out at the wild card, when I would show up at matches and stuff like that, everybody would say, "Oh, there's Shane Mosley," and I'm like, I'm not Shane, but you know, if you know who I am, I'll take the picture with you, you know. And I remember just as soon as maybe 3 years ago, you hear somebody say, "Oh, there's Shane Mosley," and "No, man, that's Shawn Porter." And you know, so for a long time now, I've already began to, you know, get recognition for being my own in this game. But it really is, man. It's an absolute pleasure to be in the position that I'm in, and I love it.
Now, lastly, you know, fighters have antics, and when Shane was throwing those really telegraphed wide shots, what were you guys doing? Were you guys in there clowning, or you know, explain to me what was happening?
We knew. First of all, we knew we were on camera, but we knew what the effect that we wanted to bring to the camera, but also the effect that we wanted to bring to him and I. So him and I had an understanding, and then y'all got the other understanding. So it was fun. I'm glad. I was glad that Danny's dad took it and twisted it and did something else with it. I'm here to have fun, man. I'm here to win this belt, and I'm here to have fun doing it.
Well, it's always good fun to talk to you, man. Great pleasure. Radio Rahim with Shawn Porter this Saturday night at Barclay facing Danny Garcia. Good luck Saturday night, champ.